So my name is Stephen Cooper. I'm a strength and conditioning coach with 3 different Paralympic sports: British wheelchair basketball, GB para badminton and para table tennis. Across those 3 sports we've got a lot of athletes with CP. It's quite a common impairment group within the Paralympic movement, so it's one of the impairments that's quite hard to understand, and they're quite different in a lot of ways in the way they're built due to the nature of it being an impairment that occurs at birth and then they grow up with it, so it tends to have a different impact on the body as some other impairments do. So it's something that's probably quite largely misunderstood, and there's not a great level of understanding out there, so we tried to undertake some research to understand in athletes with cerebral palsy, how does it affect them, essentially how does it affect the way their muscles are built and structured, and what does that mean for their output and what they can deliver. What we essentially found was that muscles generally, in athletes with CP, are thinner and shorter, so they're generally smaller in both directions, and what that means is they can't put out as much force. So one of the things we're looking at in terms of training interventions is how we can then look to address that by taking different exercises, different approaches to those to completing those exercises, and to try and find different ways to train those muscles. Athlete group in particular, we need to treat them quite differently as a result of some of the things we found and some of the things we know about them. So they generally need a bit of a higher training volume, and they need a bit more time in the gym, a lot of them, to help build the muscle size, which sometimes can take a long time to build in this group. And we have some different methods that we use with them. So that whether that's using electrical stimulation on the muscles, whether that's using what we call eccentric training, where they're lowering quite heavy weights. There's other different kind of approaches we need to take to kind of treat a muscle that's built differently and try and train it a bit differently. It's always nice to be recognised for the work that you do. Obviously it's just part of my day job, same as everyone else at the Institute works really hard. But yeah, really nice to be recognised for that work, I guess, to kind of stepping out to try and find something new. I guess as an individual, that's something that really drives me in what I do, to try and be curious and find out what we can learn and what we can develop into. So yeah, it's really nice to be recognised. I think just to continue to develop knowledge, I think we've got a really good group of practitioners within the Institute that work in parasport, and the more time we can spend together to share learnings. I think with Paralympic sport you need to treat each athlete as an individual, just due to their nature of their impairment, but as a collective across the system we've got lots and lots of individuals and lots of people working with them, and that shared knowledge I think really helps us. So to continue to push into that and to continue to share across the network is a great place to be.